called him a miracle, the stranger who stayed. It began with a storm, the kind of storm that silenced the world. Snow fell heavy and thick over Elmswood, a small town tucked between wooded hills, where people lived simple lives and neighbors were more like distant relatives. That night, the wind howled through the trees like a warning, and by morning, everything was buried in white. For Lily Carter, the storm couldn't have come at a worse time. Her 7-year-old daughter, Emma, had fallen ill the day before. What started as a cough had turned into a fever that left her pale and weak. Their old gas heater gave out just as the temperatures dropped below freezing. To make matters worse, their car wouldn't start, and the phone line was dead. With the roads completely snowed in, Lily was left with nothing but blankets, prayers, and rising panic. That was when the knock came. 3 short raps on the door. Lily froze. She hadn't seen a soul since the snow began falling. She peeked through the frosted window and saw a man standing there, bundled in a thick coat, a knit cap pulled low, scarf hiding most of his face. He held a small duffel bag and stomped his boots to knock off the snow. She opened the door a crack. "I saw the smoke stop coming from your chimney," he said, voice calm but concerned. "Is everything all right?" Lily hesitated. She didn't know him. In this town, everyone knew everyone, but she'd never seen him before. "My daughter's sick," she finally admitted. "The heater's broken, and we can't get help." He nodded. "May I come in? I have tools. And medicine." Something in his tone made her trust him. Maybe it was the quiet confidence. Maybe it was desperation. She opened the door. He moved quickly, checking the heater first. Within minutes, he had it apart on the floor. Using spare wires and a thermal blanket from his bag, he got it working well enough to heat the living room. Next, he examined Emma. His hands were gentle, his instructions calm. He had fever-reducing pills and electrolyte powder. Everything he did felt like second nature, like he'd been trained for moments like this. "She needs rest and warmth," he said. "I'll stay until the road's clear." That night, Lily stayed by Emma's side while the stranger kept the fire alive. In the early morning hours, she found him asleep in a chair by the door, one eye half open, as if still watching over them. Over the next 2 days, he fixed the plumbing, reinforced the windows against the cold, and shared food from his supplies. He never talked about himself, never offered a name. When Lily asked, he simply said, "Just someone passing through." But Emma called him something else. "He's an angel," she whispered to her mother. "God sent him." Lily didn't disagree. On the 4th morning, sunlight broke through the clouds, and the roads were finally plowed. Emma was sitting up, smiling weakly, color returning to her cheeks. Lily turned to tell the stranger, but he was gone. No note, no goodbye, only the heater humming softly, the cupboard stocked, and Emma's blanket tucked perfectly around her. She called the sheriff, asked around town. No one had seen a man matching the description. No one had any idea who he was or where he'd gone. But Lily would never forget him. To the world, he was a stranger. To her and Emma, he was a miracle. The miracle who stayed just long enough.